Welcome all sports fans. I'm Dolph Jackson, one of the hosts of the Come On In Sports Network, a brand new sports network catered to sports heads like yourselves. Here on the Come On In Sports Network, we'll be covering the latest topics and current sporting news from around the world, such as baseball, football, basketball, and more. So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and come on in.
The Come On In Sports Network.
NFL Nation, how you doing? Come on in. I'm Dolph Jackson, and this is the Come On In Networks. Come on in, NFL Morning Juice. Hope everybody's having a great start to your Tuesday, family. Well, without any further ado, family, let's get to it. The NFL has released its preseason power rankings, and of course, there's no surprise who's number one, the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. This offseason, the Chiefs added wide receiver Hollywood Brown, and in a draft day trade with the Buffalo Bills, were able to secure the services of former Texas Longhorn wide receiver and the man that set the record for the fastest 40 in the history of the National Football League Combine, Xavier Worthy. Also, last year's emerging star at wide receiver, Rashee Rice, giving Patrick Mahomes a formidable young three wide receiver tandem. But of course, we have to see what happens to Rashee Rice with his off the field situation. Number two on the power rankings is the runner-up is none other than the runner-ups from last year's Super Bowl, the San Francisco 49ers. Right now, the 49ers are involved in a kind of soap opera drama of themselves, the days and lives of the 49ers and Brandon Ayuk. Is he going to New England? Is he going to Cleveland? Is he going to Pittsburgh? Where will Brandon Ayuk end up at the beginning of this season? It's clear that both sides now seem to be ready to move on from each other and go their separate ways. San Francisco is number two. Number three on the power rankings is none other than Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. But the Prince now has a king in the backfield. That's right, King Henry and Lamar Jackson in the backfield at the same time. I can't wait to see how this looks, family. The Ravens are number three on the power ranking. Number four last year, they won a total of 14 games. If you count the playoffs, they had a 17-point lead in the NFC Championship game and could not hold on to it. Was last year just the beginning, or was it just an epiphany? We shall see. I believe the Detroit Lions are here. They have staying power. The Detroit Lions are number four. This offseason, the Browns, they re-signed Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell to new deals. Jared Goff is under a new contract. So they have their nucleus intact and are ready to compete in the NFC. Just stop that fighting. Just stop throwing punches at hammers and face masks. Can't afford to lose anyone of significant value to foolishness. Be professional, my guys. Be professional. You have too much on the line. Number five coming in on the power rankings, those Philadelphia Eagles, who were the Eagles last year, and then all of a sudden, it seemed as if the bottom fell out. Wholesale changes to the coaching staff. Can the Eagles bounce back this season? Are they really the number 5 ranked team in the National Football League? According to NFL.com, they are. Can Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have a bounce back season? And oh yeah, it just happened to have a guy who formerly was in the Big Apple for 4 years, about 4 or 5 years. You may know him. His name is Saquon Barkley. So the Eagles come in at number 5, and the Eagles are looking to get that bad taste out of their mouth to the end of last season. Again, the Eagles are number 5. Coming in at number 6 is last year's surprise and this year's darlings. That's right, at this time last year, no one, and if you say you did, you're lying. No one anticipated that we will be sitting here right now at the beginning of the 2024 preseason as the game number 2 gets on the way tomorrow night. And we will be here sitting and saying that the Houston Texans, baby, that's right, the Texans are number 6. But last year, they hired the right man. He changed the culture. He changed the attitude. And by the way, it didn't hurt that with the 2nd overall pick, you got one of the best young quarterbacks to come to the National Football League in a while, and Mr. C.J. Stroud. That's right. And then what do they do this offseason? They give them even more weapons. They go out and get Stephon Diggs. Yes, this team, the Houston Texans Nation, but excuse me, the Swarm should stand up, because the Texans now have something to say about what happens in the AFC. And by the way, they also added Joe Mixon to run that rock for C.J. Stroud. The Texans come in at number 6. At number 7 is the Buffalo Bills, who right now, they're without Stephon Diggs. They drafted Keon Coleman, a young wide receiver from Florida State. Can he become wide receiver number 1? But I'm going to tell you what they do have. They got a young tight end that is phenomenal. He is great. And listen, this year, look for Josh Allen and Dalton Kincaid to hook up on numerous occasions. Dalton Kincaid, I'm calling it right now, has at least 60 catches and 7 touchdowns. The Buffalo Bills are number 7. Coming in at number 8 is Show Me the Love, baby. And the Packers showed Jordan Love the love by giving him that new contract. And so now he is one of the league's highest paid players. Now, all he has to do is go out and repeat what he did last year as far as leading the Packers to the playoffs and securing a playoff win and advancing to the divisional round. Now, can the Packers take it even a step further? Can they advance to the NFC Championship? We shall see, family. The Packers come in at number 8. Number 9 in the rankings are the Cincinnati Bengals. Is this too high or is this too low? I think it's just right. And the reason they're in the top 10, because that man is back. And so far, he's healthy. Knock on wood. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are number 9. And you still have one of the best receivers in national football in Jamal Chase and T. Higgins. Despite wanting to be traded, it's still a Cincinnati Bengal. The Bengals are number 9. And coming in at number 10 is America's team, baby. The Dallas Cowboys. That's right. Can Dak Prescott finally get the Cowboys back to the NFC Championship game? But to do so, he's going to need number 8. He's going to need C.D. Lamb. Cowboys, C.D. Lamb, work it out. Get it straight. Time is a-ticking. Cowboys come in at number 10 in the power rankings. We're going to take a break, family. And when we come back, we'll knock out the next 10 in the NFL.com's preseason power rankings. We'll be right back. Welcome, all sports fans. I'm DOLPH Jackson, one of the hosts of the Come On In Sports Network, a brand new sports network catered to sports heads like yourselves. Here on the Come On In Sports Network, we'll be covering the latest topics and current sporting news from around the world, such as baseball, football, basketball, and more. So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and come on in. Welcome back, family. This is Come On In NFL's Morning Juice. I'm your host, DOLPH Jackson, and this is the Come On In Sports Network. All right, family, we're counting down the NFL.com's preseason power rankings. At number 11, it's the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa has gotten paid. We know who is probably on many or considered by many as the best wide receiver in the National Football League presides on this team. But for the Miami Dolphins to take the next step, for the Miami Dolphins to get where they need to be or where they want to go and where they desire to go, they're going to need that defense. Question is, can defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver, can he get the best out of this defense? Can he bring out that fire and bring out that desire? Fire and desire. Yeah, I wasn't a singer, but y'all know the song. If you're young, look it up. Dolphins come in at number 11. Let's go to number 12. Number 12, baby. We're going to Ohio, baby. Cleveland, Ohio. Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper. Can Nick Chubb recover from once again a terrible injury? Can Ford hold it down until Chubb is back in to game form? We know one thing. On the other side of the ball, they got a bad man in Cleveland. That's right. That Cleveland Browns defense is a beast, man. And they got a beast on that side of the ball. And by the way, they added another weapon for Deshaun Watson when they went out and they secured the services of former Denver Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. The Cleveland Browns are number 12. Coming in at number 13 are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is this a bit too high? Well, when you got a coach like Mike Tomlin, who people seem to always count out, but every year, all the man does is find a way to win. Okay, he hasn't had the success in playoffs that he would want or that Steeler Nation would want. But guess what? You've been there. You've gotten there. You haven't had losing seasons. Why? Because believe it or not, for you out there in Steeler Nation who can't get it through your thick skull, you got one of the greatest head coaches in the history of the National Football League. You haven't had a losing season since this man has been at the helm. And you had Kenny Pickett as your starting quarterback, and you still had to win the season. I'm just saying, Pittsburgh is number 13. Coming in at number 14, baby, we go to the City of Angels, the Los Angeles Rams, Coach McVay. And the Rams, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, the great Aaron Donald is now retired. Who steps up and becomes that leader on the defensive side of the ball for the Rams? I'm not worrying about the Rams offense. You got McVay, you got Stafford, you got Nacua, you got Kupp, and many more. The Rams come in at number 14. At number 15, New York, start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. That's right, the New York Jets, baby, come in at number 15. It all depends on that bad man, like somebody likes to say, Aaron Rodgers. Can Aaron Rodgers stay healthy? Get through a first quarter of a football game. Can he get through the first quarter of the regular season game? And if he does, we already know the Jets have a championship defense. With the emergence of Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback, Wilson as the wide receiver, and one of the best young running backs in the National Football League, the New York Jets are definitely, on paper, if they are healthy, they would definitely be a problem in the team that the Kansas City Chiefs will have to look over their shoulder at. Because just like the Chiefs, they have a Hall of Fame quarterback. Only thing holding the Jets back is injury. And let's hope for their sake that they're fairly healthy this year. Because I'm a fan of football. I want to see good football, good competition, just like you. Jets come in at number 15. Number 16, the LA Chargers. Jim Harbaugh comes back from college. He inherits Justin Herbert, one of the best young quarterbacks in the National Football League. Many think that his talents were underused because of the previous regime. Can Jim Harbaugh get the Chargers right? Can he right the ship? We shall see. The Chargers come in at number 16. Number 17 on the list, family. The Jacksonville Jaguars come in at 17. Many want to know, is this the season that the Jaguars live up to promise? We all knew 2 years ago that heartbreaking, that disappointing, that embarrassing loss in the playoffs when they seemingly had the game in hand and just gave it away in one of the most horrifying and ridiculous scenarios in NFL playoff history. The Jaguars, hopefully, believe and think that this is the year everything goes right. They paid Trevor Lawrence. A lot of people put their nose up at the fact that the Jaguars would pay Trevor Lawrence. But think about it. Trevor Lawrence, young, gifted quarterback. Has he lived up to expectations? Maybe not. But were those expectations truly too high for this young man? Were they? We throw around this term now, generation talent, too much. Trevor Lawrence has led this team to the playoff. Trevor Lawrence has given the Jacksonville Jaguars stability at the quarterback position. The Jaguars are 17. Coming in at 18, the Chicago Bears, they have made a whole lot of changes, and they have set things up for Caleb Williams. That's right, Caleb Williams now is the man. He is the man in Chi-Town, baby. The Windy City is starving for a winner, and the former Heisman Trophy winner and #1 overall selection lead that once proud franchise back to their glory days. We shall see 2018. I'm sorry, I'm saying 2018. The Bears are ranked 18th, baby. 2024 NFC North. It's gonna be interesting, baby. The black and blue division. Let's get it. Coming in 19th, the Minnesota Vikings. Who's the court? Sam Darnold? The Vikings are 19th with Sam Darnold and a rookie quarterback in J.J. McCarthy? Oh, man. It seems like Sam Darnold will be the starting quarterback week 1 for the Minnesota Vikings. Even at 19, I think this is kind of high for the Vikings. But then again, they do have the best receiver in all of the National Football League. Justin Jefferson, come on down. That's right. The Vikings come in at number 19. Coming in at number 20, the NFC South champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last year was a resurgence to Baker Mayfield's career, one of his best seasons ever. Him and the Bucs re-up. He has now found a home after being released by the Browns and gone to Tampa. I believe he went to Carolina and one other team prior. In the Rams, he went to Carolina and the Rams before ending up with the Bucs last year. Now he has found stability in a home. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers look to win the NFC South. Well, this would be, if I'm not mistaken, because they wanted, this could be the full straight year. The Buccaneers win the NFC South. The Bucs come in at number 20. Number 21 is the Indianapolis Colts. Everything rides on Anthony Richardson, but to hold it down, to give him that veteran leadership, what did the Colts do? They went out and they brought in old man Winter himself, Joe Flacco. That's right, Flacco, the same Flacco who got up off the couch last year when the Browns called, when they were in distress, came in and led them to the playoffs, is now the backup quarterback and mentor to young Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis. The Colts are 21. The Atlanta Falcons, 22. They did the big splash. Many people feel the one thing that has been holding the Atlanta Falcons back has been quarterback play. Well, they went out and they got statistically one of the better quarterbacks in the league and one of the most disrespected quarterbacks in the league. I think Kirk Cousins is a above average quarterback. People say he's 1-4 in the playoffs. It's called a team game, a football team. It's not tennis. So Kirk Cousins goes to Atlanta. Defense will tell the story for the Falcons. They have young weapons. So we shall see in the course. And man, when I say young weapons be John Robinson, the kid is just special. And listen, the Falcons come in at number 22. Coming in at number 23 is the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith. Quote, man, stand up, baby. Can Geno Smith hold it down? Sam Howell is his young backup. What will it take for the Seattle Seahawks to prevail in the NFC West, which is wide open? The NFC West, who's really the favorite in the NFC West? Are the Rams? I'm just glad we know it's the 49ers. Can the Seahawks and can the Rams challenge the 49ers for supremacy in the NFC West? I think they can. Let's sit back, put your feet up, and let's watch and see. Coming in at number 24. Oh, how times have changed down in the Bayou, baby. Dennis Allen goes into his third year as head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And by the way, the man has been ranked and voted by his peers and many as the worst head coach in the National Football League. If you look at rankings, the Saints are ranked low at everything. They're from 25 on down in skill positions in everything, baby. I don't know what's going on in the Bayou, baby. And you're talking to a person who that I'm just like, oh hell. The Saints come in at 24, family. Let's move on. Coming in at number 25, baby. Just win, baby. Just win is those Raiders. That's right, the Las Vegas Raiders. Aiden O'Connell gets to be the man. He gets to be the man. Gordon Minshew is in there. But will you go with Gordon Minshew? Aiden O'Connell? I think it's Aiden O'Connell. The organization really likes Aiden O'Connell. You have a proven good backup in Gordon Minshew who can come in, hold it down, and win games for you. The Raiders come in at number 25. Coming in at number 26, the Washington Commanders. I love this selection of Jalen Daniels as their young quarterback and building block. Just am not sold on their head coach. He's been a head coach before, and quite frankly, he just hasn't got the job done in the past. I don't really like this retrading of coaches that seems to go on in the NFL. Give some of these young coaches, these young coordinators who have proven themselves, proven to be very smart, football-minded individuals, give them the opportunity to lead a franchise. We've seen this Dan Quinn story. Maybe it'll play out different this time. But I, for one, family, have my trepidation about that. The Commanders come in at number 26. Number 27, the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr. is his new go-to man. Can the Cardinals improve from last year's record? Let me just say this about the Cardinals last year. It might have been a 4-13 team, but they were in a lot of close games last year. A lot of their games were close. There wasn't a game, there were not maybe one, maybe two, if that, games that this team was just out of it. They were a very competitive team, and now they look to figure out how to finish. The Cardinals come in at 27. Number 28 is the Tennessee Titans. King James is gone. Derrick Henry is gone. They're making all kinds of changes in there. It seems like Will Levis is the man. We shall see. So the Titans are 28. Coming in at 29 is the New York Giants. Daniel Jones, final season, final chance, has to get it done. And coming in at number 30, the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton has never won less than 7 games in his head coaching career. That could change this year. The Broncos come in at number 30. Number 31 is the New England Patriots. Word is from Patriots camp, Drake May is not looking so good. Jacoby Brissett will now get the start on opening day for the New England Patriots. This once proud model franchise is now back to the dog years. The Patriots have a lot of rebuilding and a long way to go. And I think it's going to be another rocky year Borough, the 6-time world champion, New England Patriots. And finally coming in at number 32 is the Carolina Panthers. Everybody have the Panthers as the worst team in the National Football League right now, but I don't agree with it. I love the offseason additions that they made to the offensive line. They improved the skill positions to help young Bryce Young. The Carolina Panthers bring an end to the NFL power rank. Excuse me, fam. I was getting a message. All right, family. When we come back, family, what we gonna do? We gonna take a quick look around the NFL about some training camp disappointments. This will be courtesy of y'all, Barker. We'll be right back. Welcome, all sports fans. I'm DOLPH Jackson, one of the hosts of the Come On In Sports Network, a brand new sports network catered to sports heads like yourselves. Here on the Come On In Sports Network, we'll be covering the latest topics and current sporting news from around the world, such as baseball, football, basketball, and more. So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and come on in. Welcome back, family. This is your Come On In NFL Morning Juice, and I'm your host, DOLPH Jackson. Well, family, everything is not peaches and cream or roses around the NFL training camp. Frankly put, some players have just not looked good. Some players have just been flat out disappointment. And we're going to start off this segment. We'll do one each state. We're going to start off with America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, one of the biggest disappointments in Cowboy camp is quarterback Trey Lance. Yes, the same Trey Lance that was the third overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft that was traded last year to the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys traded for Trey Lance in hopes of him becoming the eventual heir apparent of quarterback Dak Prescott. But right now he's in a battle. It's not even a battle. Right now he's sternly confirmed the number 3 quarterback because he's now outperforming Cooper Rush. Trey Lance has just looked flat out bad. And that's not good news for him. And it's not good news for the Dallas Cowboys and possible life after Dak Prescott. Another player that's been having a bad training camp, who has kind of been disappointing, is former Georgia linebacker Nakobe Dean, a former third-round overall pick, has been reported to be struggling in coverage. In fact, it is said that right now he is behind former New Orleans Saints linebacker Zach Bond. That's right, Nakobe Dean struggling at Eagles camp. Well, family, this has been your Come On In NFL Morning Juice. I'm DOLPH Jackson. This is the Come On In Sports Network. The Come On In Sports Network is home to real fan sports, uneducated sports talk. The Hit Zone, hosted by Mr. J Hits, and the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast, hosted by yours truly and my co-host, the legendary Coach Rock. Also, family, football season is here. Join us for week 1 of the regular season for the baddest, most fun, interactive, action-packed pre-game show it is as the NFL turns right here on the Come On In Sports Network. Until next time, family, have a blessed day, and I'll see you later.
The Come On In Sports Network.